Have you ever wondered how a narcissist becomes a narcissist? Stay tuned to find out. There are several paths to becoming a narcissist. Path 1. Parents, one or both, most likely both, will treat a child as if they can do no wrong. This child is praised constantly. The world is at their feet. It's there for them to conquer. They can go out and they can do whatever they want, walk all over people. It's the only way to get ahead. And they are better than everybody. Path 2. We don't talk about anything in this house. Don't bring up anything. You're a child. Be seen and not heard. No anger allowed. No emotions allowed. Nothing is discussed. Nothing is debriefed. There's no connection. There's a coldness. There's a lack of empathy. There's no understanding. There's no room for being seen or heard. Path 3, inconsistency. 1 minute, you're getting some nurturing, might even feel a bit loved. The next day, you're getting screamed at. You're told how horrible you are. You're the worst thing ever. The next day or a few days later, whatever happened, not talked about. Let's forget it. Never happened. Everything's fine. Everything is as usual. Again, happens over and over and over again. Never acknowledged, never worked with. A little bit of the first scenario, a little bit of the second scenario. Maybe you're told you're amazing one day. Maybe you're the worst thing ever the next day. It's the inconsistency. Path 4, volatile. Volatile, unsafe environment. The only safety is making yourself very small, making yourself invisible, or possibly taking up with the narcissistic parent or parents, starting to identify with them, starting to become like them so they will approve of you or at least not punish you. So those are 4 basic scenarios. There can be combinations of one or the other. There can be some nuance between them. There's a theme. The basic theme that happens, to summarize, is you grow up most likely being raised by incredibly emotionally immature parents who are probably narcissists themselves, or at least one of them is. They lack empathy, so you are treated in such a way that you cannot grow up with knowing even what empathy is, having it modeled. The other thing is being abused, being either emotionally neglected, ignored, or being put on a pedestal and treated as the golden child. It's another form of abuse because it's very conditional, and you're also taught no repercussions. You're also put out in the world very unprepared to be an accountable member of society, to really be a true adult. So you're emotionally stunted. You're kept at that very young age. So the theme is emotional immaturity, arrested development, lack of empathy. You might be saying to yourself, hey, I grew up with that. I'm not a narcissist. Or lots of people grew up emotionally abused. We'd have a lot more narcissists if that's all it took. You are correct. What the difference is between having that type of childhood, whatever that might look like, always involving abuse, and becoming a full-fledged narcissist is that you never, ever develop your empathy. And what I mean by that is not only do you not have it for others, you also don't have it for yourself, because empathy starts inside. Something breaks, something inside you breaks, and you are forced to completely identify with your parents. There's an enmeshment that might take place where you don't even see that your parents did anything wrong. There might be a part of you that feels like maybe you deserved it. If you'd been a better kid, they would have treated you better. But all that means for you is if you have your own children, they better stay in line or they deserve to be punished as well. So what you're doing is you're carrying on that cycle of abuse to go on to abuse others. Not every abuser is a narcissist, but every narcissist is abusive. It's that complete lack of empathy piece. It's that brokenness inside. You break it, you don't even understand that it exists. It kind of grows over, but it's all broken inside, and then everything becomes external to fill that hole that will never, ever, ever be filled. So that is the difference between growing up with abuse and not becoming a narcissist, or growing with abuse and becoming a narcissist. The other unfortunate thing about growing up in that way when you don't become a narcissist is you can then become a victim of narcissists. I cover some of that in my recent video about the personality type that most narcissists are attracted to and want to prey on. I can go into more depth as well of what makes that person more vulnerable to narcissistic abuse, or what makes anyone more vulnerable. But in the meantime, I hope this helped cover a little bit of why some people become narcissists, how to create a narcissist. Thank you for watching.